morning and welcome. Yeah, well, it's morning time in Ireland. And it's a nice sunny day out there, thank goodness. Welcome to everyone who's joining in on Facebook group or on Instagram. I'm very happy to be here this morning, and I'm very happy to share some chair yoga with you. As always, stay within your comfort zone, not working into any areas of pain or discomfort. And if you know you have any old injuries, any new injuries, high blood pressure, I'll give you a few cues during the session as to what to watch out for. Our practice today is more kind of focused on upper body. So grab your chair if you haven't grabbed your chair already. The giveaway is Chair Yoga Tuesday, so if you haven't grabbed your chair already, grab your chair. And see everyone coming in there now. I can't see anyone's names because I'm too far away from the screen. I think I see Vicky. Hi Vicky. Great. I updated my flowers as well on the altar. And thanks for everyone who sent in their photos and their pictures. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. Please keep it up now for the summer while the weather or while the flowers are still in bloom. It's such a nice thing to do, to bring that little bit of nature into the house. It's very feng shui. And it also just makes you feel good, it makes you feel nice. And it was lovely Rosaline who won. So I'm going to send that book. If you've never read any of those Fragrant Pharmacies, Fragrant Health, all those books there are fabulous. They're really nice. And a little heart, I'm sending a little heart, a little felt heart made by my friend Gillian Gott, who is a member of the Slain Craft Collective. So if you are far away, please check out, I'm giving them a shout out now, the Slain Craft Collective. It's a group of crafters in the area and amazing stuff, and we're so blessed to have their little shop in the village. Now, I'm never stuck for a gift for anyone. Obviously they're closed at the moment, but when they do open up back, please give them a little bit of support, because you can find everything in there. It's fabulous, lovely shop. Okay, so let's do a little bit of yoga. There's something I haven't done for a while, and that's the coherent breathing. I don't have anything set up, but what I will say to you is please go back and look at, even if you put in hashtag coherent breathing into the group, it should come up. Or if it doesn't, let me know and I'll try and get a file, but it should be there. Coherent breathing. That's where we breathe in for the count of 6 and breathe out for the count of 6. Now, some of what we're doing in the chair today is going to involve coming forward. So if your blood pressure is high, I would only come as far as here. If blood pressure is okay, come down a little bit further. If you know that you are not supposed to do inversions, please don't do that. Inversions are where your heart is lower than your heart is higher than your head. And then obviously if there is anything, any hernias, anything like that, any low back stuff, to avoid coming forward. Only come halfway and only go as far as is comfortable for you. That's my advice. I want you to enjoy it. All right. So we'll begin our practice. I will include a little bit of breath work. It won't be the coherent breathing because I don't have my chimes set up. But what I'm saying is please go back and check and get back into that if you have kind of lost it. It's still so important, that breath and that cohesion between the inhale and the exhale, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. And if you don't believe me, there's loads of papers, there's loads of research out there, people talking about it, people promoting it, the whole lot as well. So feel free to do that. The breath we'll do today will be a simple counting breath. If you want to do a little retention, a little holding of the breath, do that. Again, please keep in mind blood pressure, and then keep in mind any breath. If you find that some of the breath exercises might make you a little bit dizzy, pull back from that as well. Yogi's choice. Okay, so let's come and sit. And invite yourself into this space now. This space where for you, you are making this time to be present in this moment, to be in this space, and to know that you're even connecting with other people out there who are doing this practice with you at the same time. Even though we may not be in a class, we are connected together when we come to do this practice. So welcome yourself home. I am home, I have arrived. And let your form of awareness come down to the feet and begin to notice where the feet rest and anything else that may be happening in around the feet. So it could be temperatures or textures, any other sensations. If connecting with the feet is a little bit difficult this morning, you could even give the toes a wiggle. Where this intention energy follows. So even giving the toes a little wiggle. Lovely. And then bring that awareness, that focus up to where the hands are resting. And here sense, feel, or imagine what's happening with the hands. And you may also give the fingers a little wiggle if you like. That helps you to connect with the sensations, the feelings, or even imagining what's happening with the hands. And then the awareness, the focus coming up to where you're sitting, your steady, comfortable seat. And if you like, even letting the weight go from one side gently and then over to the other side. Tuning into that difference when you go from one sit bone, one bum bone to the other. All your focus, all your awareness, it's the weight of the body, the support underneath you. And then when you have done both sides evenly, come back to sit nice and tall. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths here, breathing in through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth. And do that 2 more times. And as you're breathing out, release the shoulders, the jaw, any tension in the eyebrows, the forehead. Allow your breath then to come back to an everyday rhythm. And could you begin to notice the body breathing itself? So maybe it's watching that movement into the chest or the belly or both. And that movement is 4-dimensional. So it's not just to the front of the body, it's the back of the body also. The sides. Watching what's happening as you breathe in and breathe out. So you can either stay here with this awareness of the breath or begin to allow a little bit of conscious control and effort into the breath by gently and slowly lengthening and deepening the breath. This does not have to happen all at once. Slowly, gently, lengthen and deepen the breath to a comfortable pace. And then how would it be to begin to count your inhale and count your exhale, allowing them to be of an equal count. So if you're breathing in for 3, breathe out for 3. If you breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4, etc. Again, a count that is comfortable for you, that allows you to breathe with ease and with that little bit of control. And as you continue to do this count, you may stay here, or you may want to include a little holding or breath retention. Doing so only again if it feels comfortable for you. So holding the breath after every inhale, after every exhale for half of your count. So if you were breathing in for 4, hold for 2, breathe out for 4, hold for 2 and continue. If your count was an uneven number, don't sweat it, round it off. So if you were breathing in for 5, hold for 2 or 3, breathe out for 5, hold for 2 or 3. The last thing we want to do is start making this breathing practice difficult for ourselves. So be aware, that's what our head wants to do sometimes. Keep it simple. Stay with this for a few more moments. Let's do 2 more rounds at your own pace, in your own time. And when you've completed the next round of that breath, let go of the practice. Sometimes some of us want to allow the breath to ease back in. Sometimes some of us might feel a little bit better or want to take a nice breath in and then out. Go with what works for you. And bring the awareness back, slowly and gently. Maybe even giving those toes and fingers a little wiggle again before you open your eyes. Bring your focus into the room. Perfect. So, a little bit of movement now. We're going to bring the shoulders up towards the ears and then down. Let's do that again. We'll include the breath, breathing in and out. And then a little bit up, back and down. A little slow shimmy, shoulder shimmy, up, back and down. And then up and back and down. Lovely. I'm going to turn my head one way. See how it goes for you. Turning the head one way. And then coming back to centre. And then turning the head the other way. And then coming back to centre. Lovely. Going to let the chin come towards the chest a little. And then back to centre. And then let it come back ever so slightly. It doesn't have to come back too far. And then back to centre. Lovely. Going to get one ear to come down towards the shoulder. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. And then come back up. And then over to the other side. And then back up. Great. And then yogi's choice. If you feel you want to do something else, you can give a little shoulder shimmy. Do that as well. Okay, that was a gentle warm-up because one or two of the things we're going to do involves a little bit of the neck. Now if you find that you're sitting a little bit too long and you want to get up and stand, get up and stand if that is comfortable for you. Give the legs a little shake, or stay seated and just bring one leg out and then bring the other leg out. Good. And I invite you now during the day, especially if you know you're going to be sitting at the desk, to include some leg stuff, or to get up if that is okay for you to do, to get up and move about a little bit as well. Always good to keep the circulation going. Okay, we're going to bring the palms of the hands together, elbows are lifted up, shoulders away from the ears, and we're going to press those hands together. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. So you can do this even with the breath, breathing in, and then as you're breathing out, hold. 3, 2, 1. So if you knew what your count was, you can even include this. Breathing in for whatever your count was, arms, shoulders relaxed. And then as you're breathing out, whatever your count was previously, you could press and hold for that count. And then we'll do that again. So whatever your count was on your inhale, arms are relaxed, shoulders relaxed. And then as you're breathing out, whatever your count was, pressing the palms together, creating a little bit of resistance. And then we're going to release from that. Give the hands a little shake. And then we're going to make a little fist and open, and then fist and open, and then fist and open. Perfect. Okay, so clasping the fingers together. Now if you have a default, or we might do this afterwards actually. So clasp the fingers together, and we're going to press the hands away. Now as you're pressing the hands away, see how it is to bring the arms, as if you were bringing the arms back into the shoulder socket. I'll show you from the side. So rather than press and press and press, and see, can you get your arms to come back a little bit? You still have them as straight as is comfortable for you. So now you can either stay here or come up. Okay, so stay here or come up. Just see where you are with that. And obviously if the arms get a little bit tired, just come out of it. So we're still, if you've got the arms overhead, you're pressing up. Draw the belly button back towards the spine, about 20%. This is the same if you have the arms in front. And we're just going to take one more breath here. And then as you're breathing out, release the fingers and let the arms come down, nice and easy. And again, if you feel you want to do a little shoulder up, back and down, do that. It's nice if anything kind of starts to knot or knit a little bit, you can do that. All right, we're going to clasp the hands again. And now 9 times out of 10, most of us will go for a default. It's the same when we come to sit cross-legged. It's the same when we go to travel anywhere. We usually take the same route. Or if you're like me, I'm awful. I always end up, if we do eat out, I might get the same dish the whole time. And then I feel really weird if I don't. I don't know. Am I the only one that does that? I don't know. Anyway, default, and then mix it up a little bit. So if you go to clasp your fingers, undo and move the fingers down one. So it kind of feels weird. And then we're going to press again. Bring the arms back. So you're either staying here, or the next time that you breathe in, if you want to bring the arms up and press. And same thing, breathing in, relax a little. Exhale, press. And one more, breathing in and exhale, press. And then slowly, gently undo the fingers, let the arms come down. Perfect. You need to do your little shoulder shrug, do that. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to take my hand and bring it over to the opposite side, so that area just above the ear. Just above the ear. And I'm going to bring my head over slightly. So as I'm doing this, I'm not pushing. It's more of a guide. So I'm not pushing, I'm just gently bringing it down. And this hand can stay here or it can come down. If you bring it down, you may get a little bit more of a stronger sensation. So be mindful of any neck stuff here. And then I'm going to release out of that. I'm going to come back up. And then over to the other side. So obviously, if this is too much bringing the arm up, you don't have to do that. You can just let your head come over. Bring the head over. Either stay here or bring the arm down. See what works for you. Perfect. And then slowly, gently come back up. Lovely. All right. The next one we're doing is we're bringing the arm up overhead, and either keep the fingertips onto the shoulder and just lift the elbow up, or if you're taking it a little bit further, you're bringing the arm up and coming over. Okay, and this hand can hold onto the chair, or if you've got an armrest, you can use that as well. So we're coming into that little side stretch. And the side that's getting that opening, can you press down into that foot gently? And then we're slowly, mindfully, again remembering this will all depend on how your neck is. So if you know you've got neck injuries or your neck is a little bit sore, might not do this. So you're going to turn your head to look at the ground. Keep those shoulders relaxed as much as you can, and then slowly, gently, as if you were turning to look at your elbow. And then slowly, gently come back to center. Bring yourself back upright, and then bring that arm down. Deceivingly strong, deceivingly strong. Okay, so again, you can do this with the arm resting a little bit on itself. All right, so see what works for you. So you're either doing fingertips to shoulder, or we're bringing the arm up. You're either bringing the elbow up or bringing the arm over a little bit more. Press down into that long side. Now just check in on the breath. See how the breath is. And then the next time you're breathing out, slowly, gently turning the head so that you're kind of looking at the floor. Keep those shoulders relaxed. And then slowly, gently coming back to center. And then turning to look up in the direction of where the elbow is. That's it. And then slowly, gently come back to center. Bring yourself back up. And then the arm comes down. Perfect. A few little shoulder shrugs. It's good to include these anyway throughout the day. We often forget a little of some of these rotations. They're quite important. Okay, so I'm going to do a twist. Where I'm seated, I'm sitting in the center of the chair. So I'm not sitting all the way back. I'm sitting kind of in the center. All right. So for this twist, I'm bringing two hands to the outside of one thigh. The back hand can come behind a little bit more if that feels okay for you. All right. So as you're breathing out, just turning that rib cage, and it's not a very strong twist. It's a strong twist, but we don't go too far in it. And see how it is to keep your attention into that more the mid-thoracic, the mid-back area. How is it to let the shoulders relax? Sometimes when we come to do twists, the shoulders come up. And we don't need to bring our head behind. We're kind of keeping our head in line again with the sternum. All right, take one more breath in here. And then as you breathe out, come back to center. Inhale. And then as you breathe out, come on around to the other side. And checking in again how the shoulders are. Is there tension in the jaw? Does it help when you draw your belly button back towards the spine slightly? And then as you're breathing out, gently come back to center. Great. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is we're coming back up to shoulders. There's a couple of different ways to do this. We're in a cactus. I call this cactus arms. So you can either bring them together, or this takes it up a little notch. Bring them And then place one elbow underneath and the other elbow on top. So when you go to do this, if you find that you're kind of latching onto the hand like that, be mindful of that. It's not too nice for the wrist in this position. So if curling the hands around like this is a no-go this morning, bring the forearms together is just as good. And you're probably there going, oh my God, I wish you'd shut up talking because this is crazy. It is, it's another one of those deceivingly strong poses. And take a breath in and out. Can you let your awareness come to the back now? So that area or behind the shoulder blades, the rhomboids. And what's happening is you're breathing in and out. And then as you breathe in the next time, undo the arms, let the arms come down. What do you think of that? If you feel like giving a little bit of a wing flap, you can. Pretend you're a bird. All right, and then we're going to come back up to cactus, and we're either going to bring together or bring the other elbow underneath. If you can't remember, get into it and then kind of think, oh, was I in this one? So bring the opposite elbow underneath. One side can be different from the other. This can be quite strong into the shoulders. Breathing. Can you do one more breath here? And then nice and easy as you breathe in, opening out. Bring the arms down. Woo. And again, if you want to do that little motion. Nice work here for these muscles here too, our upper traps. It's usually where our shoulders, when they get really tight and sore. So mostly that area. Okay, so a little bit now into the back. A little bit of movement into the back. Going to place the hands onto the knees as we breathe in. We're coming into that slight back bend. We're going to do our cat pose. As you breathe out, slowly round, let the head come back down, and then inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, and then exhale. And then inhale, come back to center. I'm going to bring both hands behind. If you want to have the thumbs pointing down, now you can either hold, if it's comfortable for you to hold onto the chair, so either hold onto the chair or even just bringing the arms behind, if that feels comfortable for you. Okay, so wherever you are, we're now going to come forward ever so slightly. So this is where you need to be mindful of any high blood pressure or anything like that. So you're coming forward ever so slightly. And then if you have the arms clasped, how would it be if you were to lift that part of the arms? So you're just lifting that part of the arms, coming forward ever so slightly. And then bring them down. So maybe we do that again, where we lift the top part of the arms and then come down. So if you're holding onto the chair, that's okay. Just come forward. And then back. And then forward. And then back. Lovely. And then undo. Gives the hands a little shake out as well if you like. Alright. So a fold forward, legs slightly wider, and we're coming to this position. So if blood pressure is an issue for you, only come as far as here. Okay. And keeping in mind anything in around the waist and the lower back. If you're okay to come forward, you could place the hands onto the floor and then slowly, gently let the head hang. So wherever you were, we're going to take a couple of breaths here. So maybe it's at the halfway mark or all the way forward. Now can you let your focus, your awareness come to that back body? Whatever position you're in. Back of the rib cage. Back of the abdomen. As you're breathing in and out. Encouraging, inviting that movement into this whole area. And if you were on the floor all the way down, just come up halfway And then for all of us, we meet all the way back up at the top. Perfect. And then we're going to include a little twist in this, so it's kind of like a little bit of compression for that area. So one way to do it is to turn and come forward, as if you're coming over that knee. All right, and you can come to that position if you like. If back, everything else is okay, you could come all the way down. So it's a little bit stronger into the opposite side. Be mindful of this. Notice where the breath is for you in the body, whatever position you're in. Maybe it's this halfway or maybe all the way. And the next time that you breathe in, slowly, gently make your way back up. Come back to center. And then we're going to turn. So now we're facing over the other leg. Take a breath in. And you're either again coming halfway or coming down all the way. 3 breaths here. And then the next time that you're breathing in, slowly, gently coming up, either halfway or all the way up, eventually turning back to center. We're going to take another breath in here. And then last time, coming forward, either halfway or all the way. Three breaths here. And then slowly, gently coming all the way back up. Come up halfway to begin with. And then all the way up. Let everything settle. And again, if the legs are a little bit tight after doing that, if you want to sit more towards the front edge of your seat, just be mindful the seat doesn't go from under you. Bring your foot forward and bend a little forward. Now, that'll open up a little bit into the back of the hamstrings. And then come up and then do the other side. Come forward. And then come back. Lovely. And then get yourself into a comfortable position. We'll close our practice this morning. Again, thank you for joining me in this. And we'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. as well. And to close our practice, a little blessing for ourselves. So sitting nice and comfortably, eyes can be open or closed. Dropping into that space again, into the center of the chest, the heart center. Noticing how it is in the body now and in the breath, even in the mind, how it is having done our practice this morning. Observing. And giving thanks to the Spirit within and beyond. I ask for continued strength as I walk this path of healing. May I grow more compassionate, empathetic and loving, not in spite of my grief, loss and experience, but because of them. Thank you, Spirit, for my life, because it is and will continue to be truly blessed. May I never take a single moment for granted. May I honour this and all moments as sacred and trust the process of healing. May it teach me well as I surrender to the truths. These truths revealed and open my heart to love more widely and boldly than I ever imagined possible. Palms of the hands can be together or hands resting over the heart center. And we give gratitude and thanks to the practice, to the earth, to each other and to ourselves. And may all be well, may all be happy. May all be free from suffering. May all be well. May all be happy. May all be free from suffering. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.